Ma? Pa? It's Billy.
Billy, their son, a soldier in Vietnam.
Billy, are you all right, son?
I'm okay, Ma. I'm coming home soon, but there's something I need to ask.
Of course, Billy, anything. Just tell us what you need.
I'm coming home with a friend. He's hurt, Ma. He needs help.
Hurt? How badly, Billy? Is he going to be okay?
He lost his legs, Ma, and an arm. He's got nowhere to go, no one to take care of him. He's all alone out there.
Billy, you know we love you, but this is a big responsibility. We're not getting any younger, and your father's back is not what it used to be.
Ma, he's my best friend. He saved my life. I owe him everything. I can't just leave him like this.
Margaret closed her eyes, her heart breaking for her son and the impossible situation he was in. She felt the weight of his words, the depth of his loyalty. She knew the sacrifices soldiers made, the bonds they forged in the crucible of war, the camaraderie that could never be broken. She understood Billy's sense of obligation, his need to honor the debt he felt he owed. It was a bond stronger than blood, forged in the fires of battle. John, his voice gruff with suppressed emotion, took the phone from his wife.
Son, we appreciate your loyalty to your friend. We really do. But you have to understand, taking care of someone in his condition, it's not that simple. Your mother and I, we're not as young as we used to be. And your friend, he needs specialized care, the kind we can't provide. It's not fair to him, and it's not fair to us. Billy, maybe there are other options. Government programs, veterans' homes, places that are equipped to handle these kinds of situations.
I understand, Pa. I had to try.
Billy's voice was barely a whisper now, a ghost of the vibrant young man who had left for war so many months ago. The line went dead, the silence deafening in the wake of Billy's final words. Their eyes met, a shared understanding passing between them. They had made their decision, but the cost of it weighed heavily on their hearts. Then came the news, delivered in a terse telegram that felt like a punch to the gut. Billy was gone, and the world seemed to stop for a moment. Killed in action, the telegram stated simply, "No further details offered." The brevity of the message only deepened the family's sorrow.
Margaret collapsed in grief, her cries echoing through the house, a sound of pure anguish.
John, his face ashen, stood there numbly, the telegram trembling in his hand. He couldn't believe their Billy was truly gone. Their son, their Billy, was gone. The reality of it was too much to bear. Weeks later, a package arrived, a small glimmer of connection to their lost son. Inside, nestled amongst Billy's belongings, was a letter addressed to his parents in his familiar handwriting. It was like a piece of him had come back. With trembling hands, Margaret opened the letter and began to read aloud, her voice breaking with emotion.
Dear Ma and Pa, if you're reading this, then I didn't make it. I want you to know how much I love you. I'm so sorry. I tried to prepare you, to warn you, but nothing could truly prepare us for this.
The truth, stark and devastating, unfolded before their eyes. It was a moment that would forever change their lives, a moment that would etch itself into their memories with painful clarity. Billy hadn't been asking them to take care of his friend. He had been asking them to take care of him. The realization hit them like a tidal wave, drowning them in a sea of regret and sorrow.
The explosion. It took everything. My legs, my arm. I'm so broken, Ma. I don't want to live like this. I'm sorry for being a burden. Please forgive me. The words were heavy, laden with pain and despair, a cry for help that had gone unheard.
The letter slipped from Margaret's grasp, fluttering to the floor like a fallen bird. It was as if the weight of the words had become too much for her to hold.
The room was filled with a heavy silence, broken only by the sound of stifled sobs and the quiet rustle of the letter on the floor.
John sank into a chair, his face buried in his hands, his shoulders shaking with silent grief. The weight of his son's words pressed down on him, suffocating him with guilt. They had been so worried about the burden, so afraid of the responsibility, that they had failed to see the pain, the despair in their own son's voice. They had been blind to his suffering, deaf to his cries for help. They had chosen fear over love, practicality over compassion. In their attempt to protect themselves, they had abandoned their son in his darkest hour, and now it was too late. The weight of their decision, of their failure, crushed them with the force of 1,000 regrets. It was a burden they would carry forever, a constant reminder of their loss. They had sacrificed their son's life on the altar of their own fear. The memorial wall stood as a testament to their failure, a stark reminder of the price of their fear. And that burden, the burden of their guilt and their grief, was a weight they would carry for the rest of their days. It was a heavy, unyielding weight, a constant shadow over their lives.